I think communication and language ability are two sort of separate skills. And communication, I think, has a lot to do with how much you understand the other person, how much you understand yourself, and the relationship that you have to that other person, depending on the position that you two are occupying. And in Korea, the most prominent factor is probably, I have a certain cultural background. This person has a certain cultural background. So there are certain concepts, references, cultural realities that are easier to access for the person that I'm speaking to. And then for me, language is kind of the vehicle to make those references, make understanding possible between these two positions. And in English, I would say that my vehicle, so the language, the vocabulary, my capacity to use rhetorical devices is pretty much on par with my communication level. And so, and that's just because I have more data, like on English speakers, on the English language, all of these different things. In Korean, I would say my language vehicle is a lot less proficient. It's less expansive. And so when I'm communicating with Korean speakers, a lot of the time, my communication ability is sort of compensating for my comparatively smaller vehicle capacity. And so if I'm wanting to explain a very difficult concept, I'm sort of thinking through first in my head, like, what is the concept generally speaking? What is the easiest or most accessible reference for that concept that I know, maybe with like a 95% accuracy, the other person will immediately be able to understand. And so what I mean by that is like maybe it's a cultural reference or it's a turn of phrase or an idiom that exists already in the Korean language.